Hey, everybody. Welcome back to another, I don't know if we can call this an episode or not, another get-together of the Rethinking Porn Addiction show. The holiday season is right around the corner for those of you who may not be watching this live, who are listening to the recording. And then for those of you who are watching live, hi.
Glad you're here.
The holiday season is like upon us. Today's December 21st, and Kristen and Jake had to take care of some family stuff. Life just got a little bit busy, so we decided that we would jump on today and kind of give everybody an idea of what's coming in the future and a recap of what's happened in the past, and just a brief kind of a couple of suggestions and a really cool announcement. So, having set that up, Doug, do you want to kind of let everybody know what you were thinking?
Well, one of the things that we've noticed with the program, Nate, and that you've let us all know, is that people have joined us at various stages along the way. How many live broadcasts do you think we've had, Nate? Do you know?
Like 13, I think.
13. Okay, so there's some of you that might be watching today that were a little here at that first show, and then different people have joined us along the way. So we thought one of the things we could do today is just have this sort of brief update of where we are, and then give you a chance to go back. And actually rewatch that first episode if that interests you, or some of you along the way, you had this time set aside. Here's a chance to go watch that first episode, which Nate's going to place up after we're done with our conversation. And the other thing is, if you already saw the first episode, if you watched all 13, imagine going back and listening to our first conversation and noticing different you hear things or what you know or see. It's a great way to kind of feel optimistic and really pleased about maybe what you've taken from our conversation so far.
Love that. So for the next 2 weeks, we're going to give you an opportunity to go back and recap. We're not going to be doing new episodes. There's a lot of, I know there's a handful of people who've watched every episode, but the majority have probably not. So this is an opportunity for you to play a little bit of catch up. And then in January, we're going to come back and start fresh again and have a couple of new episodes for you to listen to. And it should be a lot of fun. Hans, do you have an announcement?
I do, but before I get to the announcement, I just wanted to mention one of the topics that we were excited about that we had thought about doing in the near-term future, and that's the topic of sexual shame or shame around sexual identity. And I'm excited to talk about it. I think it's one that, thinking back about my past experiences and journey, is one that'll be really interesting to explore and kind of discover and be curious around together. So looking forward to that.
Can I give just a preview to that conversation?
Love it.
The one of the primary differences in all of the ways people think about out of control sexual behavior, this area of shame around what erotically excites us is one of the areas that is least discussed in all of the models that are out there. And that too often the erotic diversity gets thought of as an addiction.
Lots to unpack there.
Yeah.
So that's a teaser.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well teased, Doug. The exciting announcement to talk about is the upcoming launch of our shows in podcast format. We've been working on spooling that up for a couple of weeks now. We should have them live starting today or tomorrow. They'll be published on most of, if not all, major podcasting platforms, available on Spotify, Apple, Overcast, a lot of the major podcasting apps that are out there. Excited to share them in that format. And they are going to be mostly raw, same as our live shows have been. We've done a little bit of editing to clean up issues with noise or feedback or those type of audio issues. But really excited to get them out there. I know we've had a lot of requests about them and people interested in being able to consume in that format. So it's pretty cool to be have them be going live here in the next day or two.
Very excited for that. So
what's the name of the podcast, Hans?
The podcast is called Rethinking Porn Addiction.
Great. Thank you.
Yeah.
So the best way to find that is go to the podcast app on your phone. whether it's the Apple Podcasts app or Spotify or any other podcast platform that you prefer, and just type in Rethinking Porn Addiction maybe in the next 24 to 48 hours. I don't know if the feed's been approved yet. It's probably not live yet, but it should be the next couple of days. And that way you don't have to like sit at your computer and have a video open to listen to these conversations. You can stream them into your earbuds while you're going for a walk or cleaning the kitchen. And that can help you. I think that's exciting to me because now I can recap these conversations with my busy life and while I'm driving.
I don't know about the rest of you, but when I hear a great podcast, I love just copying the link and sending it to folks.
Yes.
Yeah.
So please do that. Share it if you like it. Yeah, I'm excited. This podcast is going to be another great medium for us to play around with, and those episodes will be coming out weekly, just like the live video episodes. So thank you to Hans for putting in a ton of work and effort to making that happen. And we hope that it's just another way for us to continue to share these conversations and help you navigate the complex and nuanced terrain of having these sexual health conversations. Anything else you guys want to add?
Well, I want to tip of the hat to you, Nate, because, you're like this glue for our entire hour together. And, I've learned over the programs we've done, I just sort of relax and know you're in charge. And I just, it's one of those intangibles people don't even necessarily think about, but as we're ending up this run of live shows, I just want you to know I've learned a lot from being part of the show, watching you host, and the graciousness you have around a topic that often doesn't lead to gracious conversations. So I am really just delighted and appreciative of that particular skill you bring to our room.
That means a lot. I really appreciate it. And I'm very excited to continue having these conversations into 2021 and beyond.
Absolutely.
All right, everybody. Happy holidays. We hope that you feel loved, that you know that we love you, and that we're here to continue having these conversations to help you through these difficult topics. I know that are causing a lot of you some suffering and disconnect from either yourself or the people that you love or God or anybody else. And, we think about you often, and we hope that you feel our love and you feel love over these next couple of weeks as we go through the holiday season. That I know can be, I know that there's a lot of possibility that this could be a lonelier season than most. So just know that we're thinking about you, and that we hope that we can give you more resources for the future. And we'll see you in January.
Happy holidays all.